Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast. We have a top 10 showdown here for you tonight between the number 4 Folsom Lake Falcons and the number 9 Solano Falcons here on the Solano College Sports Network. I am Nathan Farmer, and tonight I will be joined on the call by Nate McKay. And now, Nate, what should we expect to see from the Solano Falcons here tonight?
Well, from the Solano Falcons, it's going to be a very interesting one. Their 17-game win streak on the season is on the line. So it's to be very cool to see how they match up against the Folsom Lake Falcons, who are currently ranked 5th in the state of California. It's going to be a big matchup for them and a really big win if they can pull it off.
Yeah, like you said, Folsom comes into tonight's matchup ranked number 5 in the state, number 4 in Northern California. They are 18-5 on the season, but 4 of those losses have come against the 3 teams ahead of them in their own conference. They are 16-1 overall against everybody else, but they have shown that they can falter when they face some tough competition. So it should be interesting to see how they respond to the Solano Falcons here tonight. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will have the first set here for you on the Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, Christine Manny, full-time instructor at Solano College Theater. Have you ever been interested in coming into theater? Come over to Solano College and find out what it's all about. You can take classes, you can be involved in many different ways, and just come talk with us. Check us out at www.solano.edu/theater.
Welcome back as we get ready for set number 1 in this huge matchup here between the number 4 Folsom Lake Falcons and your number 9 Solano Falcons. Nathan Farmer here with Nate McKay, and I'd like to welcome in Richard Kilatin. Thank you for joining us here tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of the toughest matchups Solano has had so far this season, and it should be interesting to see how they respond as we get closer to playoffs here. So we get a free ball over for Folsom, but on the block was Rosalind Hongria and Lindsay McLaughlin stuffing that one for an early 1-0 lead here for Solano.
Yeah, that's just something that Folsom Lake wasn't expecting on that block. A lot of them looked confused on where the ball was going.
And just watching from warm-ups, it seemed like Folsom was having trouble getting their spikes over the net, but their tip shots were working, as we see there, as they even up the score here 1-1. As Sakurako Yamamoto is back to serve for Folsom. As they set up McLaughlin. As that one goes back over for Del Rio. And Solano is unable to get that one as they thought it was going out, but it did not.
Yeah, Folsom was really quick there on the attack, getting a good jump on it and able to bring the lead now 2-1.
This is a good response there as Del Rio sent that ball straight back down. As we see there again, as she sends that one straight through the block to even up the score at 2. Yeah, she sent that one straight back down, and Folsom was able to get it back up with little to no problem there. As Lindsay McLaughlin is back to serve, but that one, I believe they say that's a point for Folsom. It looked like it almost caught the hand of the player there for Folsom. I couldn't see who that was.
A tough break going to result in a service error for Solano.
As Miley Moley sends that one just a bit too far. Another point for Folsom here.
So we've seen already twice Folsom has been able to take advantage of Solano with overshooting their initial shots.
As Haley Del Rio gets another one to go there. It's a very strong start for her tonight. Now, Richard, as you've been working with the Solano team a little bit, what can you say about just how their mindset was going into today's game, knowing it was such a big matchup?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but they do have a different, sort of a different lineup today with Anaya setting, but they have been pushing through. They've been doing well at practice with the setter change, so just now putting that into the game.
As it looks like that was Jessica Baker on the block, I believe. No. Yasmin Sol Scott on the block, sending that one back as Folsom has an early 6-3 lead here in the first set. As it looks like that'll be a free ball over for Folsom. As that was a good block there by Kayla Gasaloga, but just was not able to get that one in.
Give credit to Kyle. She got up there for that block, but just overshot it, heading out of bounds.
There's one thing that we've seen as we've been covering Solano is the teams in their conference are nowhere near as good as Folsom Lake is. Just from the first few minutes here, is definitely a much stronger performance from their opponents.
Yeah.
As we have an early timeout here from Solano, as they do not like how things have been going so far with this early 8-3 lead for Folsom.
Yeah, Folsom has definitely been capitalizing on their free balls. They've been just honestly executing their plays really well.
Yeah, and it seemed like Solano's been trying to go to the tip shot a lot so far tonight, but it's just hasn't been able to get it over the block.
Yeah, and then Richard, we've seen a lot of times already early on. Many of Solano's hits are going out of bounds early. As a player in your past, what are just a couple things that can help change that momentum that Folsom's currently having right now?
It's just honestly waiting and seeing where the ball is. I feel like it might be a little early nerves in the first set with it being only 8-3. So it's just kind of calming the nerves and going with the flow and getting used to the setter.
Yeah, that's one thing we've seen, it seems like has been the tale of the season for Solano, is they're most vulnerable early in the set. As we've got a good rally here going. As good set there by Solano as they get that one over, but it is a free ball for Folsom. As Yamamoto is unable to corral that one. That will be a point for Solano as they cut the lead to 4. Haley Del Rio will be back to serve.
Yeah, that was just a team effort right there from Solano just to get the point.
And this is a non-conference matchup, but there is a lot on the line as we get very close to playoffs. Solano's RPI is not very good, and that's mostly because of the Bay Valley Conference just not being very good. And a win against Folsom here tonight would be very good for their RPI, as Excel Moreno is unable to get that one. Folsom has stretched the lead back out to 5.
Yeah, Moreno made a big dive at it. Got to give credit to the hustle.
Is that Yasmin Sowell Scott back to serve. They set up Del Rio. Her tip shot just looked like she was out of sorts on that one. Just did not time that one very well. So it looks like we have some substitutions for Folsom. Taylor Coate back to serve for the Falcons. A sophomore out of Union Mine High School. As that one goes long, that will be a point for Solano, and they will get the ball back on their end of the court.
A good eye from Solano, making sure that ball was going out of bounds.
Moreno back to serve, as that will be a set infraction on Folsom, which will mean a point for Solano. 10-6, Folsom Lake on top of Solano here early. As that one goes in off the block, point for Folsom.
It is a big kill out of nowhere for Folsom on Solano's end. Just weren't expecting that.
Caitlin Bullock is back to serve. As they set up Lindsay McLaughlin, and she gets that one in the back corner. Cuts the lead down to 4 once again. Seems like they can't get it past 4 so far. They can't get it less than 4. The lead for Folsom. Kyla Gasaloga is back to serve. She was our Best Buy player of the game last game against Contra Costa, I believe it was. No, it was Yuba City, my bad, or Yuba College.
Yeah, on that last one, just another attempt at a block from Solano's end that ends up going out of bounds.
As they'll set up Hungria as she gets that one in off the block, but Folsom is able to recover. As they set up McLaughlin, and she gets that one right in between the block. That will be another point for Solano.
And Lindsay's starting to really step up her game here in the first set for Solano.
Hungria is back to serve for the Falcons. As that one is just a thunderous spike there from number 24, Caitlin Dillon. She leads the team in kills. She is second in the conference in the Big 8 in kills per set, 4th in kills. She is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and Solano will have their hands full tonight. As that one, the tip shot gets tipped by McLaughlin at the net. But Del Rio sends it back over, and Folsom is unable to recover. As that will be another point for Solano, 13-8 Folsom, or excuse me, 13-9 Folsom on top. As that was a great block there by Lindsay Del Rio and, or excuse me, Haley Del Rio and Miley Moley. That will cut the lead down to 3 for the first time since very early in the set, as it's now a 13-10 lead for the Folsom Lake Falcons. As McLaughlin is back to serve once again, it looks like that will be a free ball for Solano. We'll see if they can capitalize it as they set up Del Rio, and she cannot get that one in. The lead is back up to 4 for Folsom Lake. So that is Kennedy Crawford back to serve. As that one was like a curveball in baseball. I mean, that one looked like it was going out for sure, but that one just manages to find the line. And that will be an ace for Crawford. But she gives that point right back as that one hits the pole. It will be 15-11 here.
And right now for Solano, they're sort of going back and forth with being behind in this lead. As of right now, you gotta really start to wonder who's gonna step up and make a big play to cut into this deficit.
Kayla Samontan subs in and is back to serve, and that was some fancy hitting there by Folsom to get that one over, but it looks like we have an injury. This is Caitlin Dillon, who went down hard as she kind of collided there with Haley Del Rio at the net, but it looks like they're both okay, and it looks like we're just gonna redo that one. It's like nothing ever happened. Kayla Samontan, one of the 2 Samontan sisters on the team. Her older sister, Alora, is also on the team. That one goes through the block, but Solano is able to recover as they set up Del Rio, and her tip shot lands in the zone. That will be another point here for Solano. (15-12) here, midway through the first set. As that tip shot is saved by Solano, but they not sure what they called there. Richard, do you know what they called?
Yeah, so on the second contact, it usually mostly has to be clean. So when Kyle sent that over, it wasn't a clean contact, so they called it a double.
Okay.
That's why you're here, Richard. That's why you're here.
Yeah, we're definitely not volleyball experts. We do our best. That one was unable to be sent over for Solano, so now it is a 17-12 lead for Folsom. As Dylan back to serve again. As I'll set up Haley Del Rio. That one is off the block, but Solano is able to get it. A free ball over for Folsom. But that one was in an awkward spot there for Folsom, and they didn't get that one over as well as they wanted to. As we get another free ball here for Solano. And seems like nobody wants to take the point here.
It's a great rally going on for both teams.
As Del Rio gets that one in off the block, that will be a point for Solano. 17-13, a great rally there from both teams. And Solano comes out on top. See if they can ride some of that momentum from that rally and get back the lead. As Del Rio with the service ace just wasn't able to get it over. Some more substitutions here for Folsom. Taylor Coate back to serve. They'll set up Rosalind Hongria, but she gets that one straight into the pole. That does not count as a point. And that will be another timeout here for Solano. Now, Nate, what has stood out to you from Folsom, what they're doing tonight?
Well, from Folsom's standpoint, they're just being aggressive. This is something that Solano hasn't seen all season. They played plenty of teams that have had good standpoints where they've shown aggressiveness in any of the Solano's opponents so far. But right now, Folsom is just being the aggressor so far. And with a 19-13 lead, they're definitely have not let their foot off the gas pedal so far.
Now, Richard, what should Solano make? What kind of adjustments should they make here if they want to get back in the lead here in the set?
So what I've seen so far is that they honestly just need to get their serve, or their serve and pass better. So every play starts with a pass, and from there it goes from a set, and then if anything to a kill. So that's what Solano really has to work on, communicating and just getting their pass to the setter.
Yeah, just cleaning up their game. Their competition has been a lot more stiff here tonight, and they definitely cannot afford to make as many mistakes as they could against some of the other teams that they have played so far this season. As we get ready to start up action once again. Taylor Coate back to serve again. That looks like another set infraction.
Yep, another double contact.
And that will be, I believe this is the largest lead that Folsom has had so far tonight here in this first set, 20-13. Seems like everything is going right for Folsom right now as they get that one to just bounce off the net, right off the net, and nobody was expecting that from Solano. You can't really expect that, especially on a serve, especially with somebody who's as good at serving as she is.
Yeah, I could have sworn the ball was going into the net.
As they'll set up Kyle Gasaloga, but she is unable to get it over. Now Rosalind sends it over, and there Solano is able to respond once again. A tip shot from Del Rio as Folsom responds. They set up Hungary on the other side, and she cannot get that one to land. As that one lands in for Folsom, is a set-high 9-point lead here. As we get closer to set point, Solano is definitely going to have to clean some things up if they want to get back in this set and moving forward into the next few sets. It's worth mentioning that Solano has a 51 set win streak going right now through their 17-game winning streak. As that one is sent straight back from where it came. That was a great block there. Couldn't quite see who it was as we have a referee right in our line of sight. But that was a great block. Hopefully some momentum here for Solano. They set up McLaughlin. Her tip shot gets in, but Folsom is able to recover. My goodness, they are getting every single ball. I don't think they're getting that one, though. That one's headed for the exits. Solano finally gets the point after so many chances. They had Folsom Lake on their heels most of that rally, and they finally get the point as they cut the lead to 7.
Yeah, it turned out to be a great one, and great execution from Lindsay as Lucero attempted a block not go her way there.
Yeah, honestly, the score doesn't indicate how close these teams have been playing. Folsom has been getting a few lucky bounces to go their way. And I'm not sure you can call it lucky when you're a team as good as Folsom is. They're ranked number 4 in Northern California, number 5 in the state for a reason. They'll set up McLaughlin, but her tip shot does not get over, but she sends it back to her teammates. And Solano is unable to get that one over. Looks like that was Kayla Samantan trying to get that one over at the net. This will be set point here for Folsom. Kyle Gasaloga sends that one down. This will not be the end of the set just yet. But Solano definitely has a long way to go. They need at least 8 straight points to extend this set long enough to potentially get a win here. So Laura Samantan is back to serve. That's a great hit there from Anaya Rodriguez. Cuts the lead to 7. And it seems like Solano is seeing some blood in the water here so far right now. And they can tell that this set is still up for grabs. That's a free ball over, but Solano is able to, Folsom is unable to respond. They were not expecting that one to come all the way back over. It is now a 6-point lead.
Yeah, I'm really surprised Folsom's allowing this to happen without taking a timeout, and that is just unfortunate on Solano's end.
Well, that will do it here for the first set. Folsom wins this one 25-18. We're going to take a short break, and we will be right back with set number 2.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you know, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it. So
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut one. And cut one. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for three. It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock. Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots.
We have everything that an automotive shop would have or even a dealership would have.
If you guys are interested in automotive at all, go to Solano Community College. Check out the automotive program. It can be a career path for you, just like what I'm doing, or it could be an extreme hobbyist, an enthusiast.
If you really like cars and learning stuff all the time, then this is the best place to go.
Welcome back here as we get ready for the second set. Folsom Lake wins the first set 25-18. I am Nathan Farmer here with Nate McKay and Richard Kilatin. Now, Richard, what stood out to you from Folsom in that first set?
So what really stood out is that their passing has been really clean. They're able to set the ball and run their offense really well, which makes it harder for Solano to block whoever they're setting up, just because they're able to set any of their, Folsom is able to set any of their players.
And now, Nate, what would you say Solano needs to get going here tonight to get back into this game?
Well, in order to get back into this game, Solano, like Richard was saying earlier on in one of the timeouts we were discussing, there just seems to be not that much communication from the team, so that definitely has to change in order for them to get back within this.
As we get underway here, so that'll be a free ball over for Folsom. There's a good dig there by Moreno, and it looks like that one just couldn't quite go over the net. That'll be an early 1-0 lead here for Folsom, as Julian Kennison is back to serve for the Falcons. It looks like that was a double hit there on the set by Alora Samontan, as Folsom Lake is out to a quick 2-0 lead. Oh, that one was coming straight at us.
And I was ready for it too.
Luckily, that one just went right over our monitor and did not break anything. Don't need a broken monitor or broken soundboard here tonight. But with Lindsey McLaughlin over there, I don't know if we're gonna survive this second set, as Folsom is unable to get that one over. They just could not recover as Solano evens up the scoring. We'd like to remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by James Thomas Media, your one stop for all your media needs. As that was Julian Kennison there on the kill. Not much Solano could have done there. That one was a heat-seeking missile of sorts.
And this is really for the first time this season for Solano's end that they've seen a lot of kills coming at them in a hurry.
As Yamamoto's serve is short, that will even up the score at 3. Anyways, you were saying, Nate? Or did you finish what you were saying?
Well, a lot of their kills are coming at them in a hurry, and that's something Solano has not been expecting throughout this entire night so far.
As Hongra's serve goes just a little too long. And it looks like Kennedy Crawford will be back to serve. That was a good hit there by Anaya Rodriguez. She gets that one off the defender for Folsom Lake. We have a tie game once again here at 4.
And Solano's keeping it close. So now they're going to start making an effort at taking the lead.
That was a tricky hit there by Caitlin Bullock. She sent that one in. It looked like it just barely went in on the right side. Didn't look like anybody from Solano was expecting her to send it that direction. Caitlin Dillon serves for Folsom. But Folsom is able to recover after the tip shot, but it will be a free ball over for Solano. But it will not matter as there is yet another double hit there on the set.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we were able to catch that, but Caitlin Dillon just ran all the way from the end of the court to the front of the net just to make an effort at saving the ball. Have to give credit where credit is due for that one.
As Haley Del Rio gets that tip shot to land right in the middle of the court. Gets Solano back on the board. Cuts the lead down to 1. As it looks like one Samontan comes in for the other. Laura checks in as Kayla goes out. So that one is off the block.
And it looks like, yeah, someone netted there. Didn't see what number it was, but there was a net violation.
Okay. Anytime we don't know what happens, we're gonna ask you, Richard.
Sounds good.
But please feel free to jump in.
Del Rio sends that one too long. And it looks like they're gonna.
They were actually trying to look for a touch. Could have possibly been, but it's kind of hard to tell at this angle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of calls from the referees tonight.
That one tips off the net. They're able to set up Del Rio. And Folsom was able to recover. The tip shot is saved by Moreno. And Folsom is able to corral that one. But it will be a free ball over for Solano. As they set up Kyle Gasaloga. And Solano gets the point. Lots of moving parts there on that play. Folsom it's pretty hard to get one past them. It's even when they don't hit it very well, they still find a way to get it back over, it seems. But that was a great ace there by Haley Del Rio. And the lead is down to 1.
And one thing's for sure, both coaches for both teams tonight are working hard, telling their players what to do at the exact moment.
That'll be a free ball over for Solano. As they set up Rosalind Hungria, and she gets that one straight into Caitlin Dillon, but she is unable to get that one over and set up her teammates. As Solano ties it up here in the second set. Folsom Lake did win the first set. As that one is sent long, and Solano has their latest lead in a set so far tonight, as they take the lead 9-8. As that will be another ace there for Haley Del Rio. And I thought I heard whistle for a timeout, but I guess not. Seems like Folsom does not have an answer for Haley Del Rio's serve so far, as she has had 2 aces in this go-around serving. As Julian Kennison is able to get that one through the Solano defense and gets Folsom back on the board, 10-9 here in the second set.
Yeah, they cut it within 1, and now Solano has to get ready for this upcoming serve from Folsom and really start to adjust to having the lead here.
As Caitlin Bullock served there for Folsom. As Alora Simontan sends that one over for a free ball for Folsom. And Julian Kennison with another kill. Solano does not have much of an answer for her, as she has a couple of strong kills in just these last few moments.
On that last set, Alora definitely wasn't ready for that. She sort of mistargeted when it was going out to her left.
So it'll be a free ball over for Folsom, but they barely get it over. And Solano was unable to react. And Folsom has gone on a quick 3-0 run to take the lead back once again. They set up Gasologa, but she is unable to finish that one off. That was a great block there from Cassandra Regan, and I believe that was Kennedy Crawford also there on the block. That will be a timeout for Solano, as Folsom has gone on a 4-0 run here after that long run by Solano to take the lead. Now, Richard, what would you say Solano needs to get back going, that something that they haven't been doing in these last few points that they were doing right in those when they were going on that big run?
It's honestly just being aggressive. I see that their passing game has been a little off. So that's some things that they need to clean up on, is just their passing, since Alora's having a hard time, or the setters are just having a hard time with running any plays.
And Nate, what have you seen from Folsom that has allowed them to get back into the lead here in the second set?
Well, Folsom's not backing down. They've seen many times there in the second set where they've gone down behind with Solano that's taken the lead at early moments, but they just continue to keep fighting. A lot of their players are out there moving fast, which is something Solano hasn't seen all season.
So we get ready to get back to action here midway through the second set.
And Solano wasn't even ready for that serve.
Haley Del Rio gets that one in, gets Solano back on the board here, and cuts the lead down to 1.
I think that was Roslyn that got the kill. Haley, I think, is in the back row right now. Yeah, Roslyn is on the outside right now.
Okay, I saw a 7. I thought that was Haley, my bad. That was a great block there by Folsom. But Solano is able to get that one back over. There will be a free ball. As they set up Lindsay McLaughlin, and she sends that one straight down no answer for Folsom. And we have a tie game here in this second set.
Yeah, Lindsay made that look so easy finding the weak spot on Folsom's end.
I gotta give it up to Laura for getting that set. That pass is really tight for her.
Yeah, definitely. As Julian Kennison sends that one straight around the block. Solano was up, and if they had just been a few feet over to the right, they would have been in the right spot, but she just sent that one straight around them. Lindsay McLaughlin once again. So as Solano ties it back up. Another Samontan for Samontan substitution as Kayla comes in. As it looks like that's going to be a tough play for Folsom, but they just managed to get it over. It'll be a free ball for Solano. Lindsay McLaughlin sends it down, but it looked like that one was just barely out.
Give a shout out to our referee right here for kicking the ball, as that ball was coming right towards us.
Yeah. I would have made a play on it though. I would have saved you, Nate. I would have saved you.
A little bit of a long reach for you, Nathan, but I believe you. Wow.
My goodness, Folsom Lake is just getting everything to go for them. They are saving everything left and right except for that one that went straight into the block, right between the block and the net. That'll be a point for Solano, as this set is very tight. All tied up here at 14. As that will be an ace for Roslyn Hongria, as Folsom was unable to get that ball back over. Solano retakes the lead here in the second set. So that one tips off the net, and Haley Del Rio sends it straight back down. That is another point for Solano, and they extend the lead to 2. Timeout, Folsom Lake. It's a great series of plays there from Solano as they extend the lead to 2. Their largest lead here of the second set. And Richard, what have you seen from Solano in these last few moments that has made their offense click so far?
They've been communicating better, and it seems like their serving has been a lot more tougher, causing Folsom to send over back free balls and letting their passers pass well, cleaner sets, and then for their attackers to get the kills. Lindsay's been doing great.
Yeah, it definitely seems like Solano has turned up the aggression here in these last few moments, as they have taken the 16-14 lead. Folsom has the one game to none advantage as they won the first set. As this one, the first set, it seemed a lot closer just watching them play, but the score didn't really indicate that, as Folsom won that first set 25-18. As we come out of the timeout, as McLaughlin gets the block but unable to get that one back over, as Folsom responds well out of the timeout, he gets the point, and Kennedy Crawford is back to serve. So that one is sent back over by McLaughlin, and that tips off the block. Another point for Folsom. It looked like that was Caitlin Dillon there on the kill, and we have a tie game once again.
Yeah, it really looks like that timeout helped on Folsom Lake's end.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they've responded well and figured out something about Solano that's helped them get these 2 points back. As Haley Del Rio sends that one down with a lot of force, but unable to get that one in. Folsom retakes the lead, 17-16. They set up Del Rio once again, but unable to get it over. That'll be a free ball for Folsom. That one goes straight through the block, but it looks like Solano's going to be able to recover. It will be another free ball for Folsom Lake, as that tip shot is sent straight to Rosalind Hungria. We have another nice rally here as Anaya Rodriguez gets that block. The tip shot is sent over once again to Hungria as they set up McLaughlin, and she gets the tip shot to land. What a play there by Lindsay McLaughlin and her teammates to set that one up. We have a tie game yet again, tied at 17.
And as you mentioned, a great overall effort from her teammates, and that is really going to be the difference maker if Solano can win this set.
McLaughlin is back to serve, and Yamamoto is unable to corral that one. That will be an ace for McLaughlin. I believe she leads the team in service aces. No, yes. She had 63 on the season coming into tonight. That was at least number 64. They set up Del Rio, but her hit goes long. As we're all tied up at 18.
And Kayla did a good job of setting her up for that. Kayla just overshot that one.
Caitlin Dillon is back to serve here for the Folsom Lake Falcons. That serve goes a little short, but Solano is able to recover, and a little miss hit there by Anaya Rodriguez. She cannot get that one back over.
Yeah, Anaya just got denied by the net on that play.
Seems like neither team can get a lead of more than 2 here in this second set. It has been very tight. Smiley Molly sends that one over, but Folsom is able to respond. They set up Haley Del Rio, but a good dig there by Yamamoto. They'll set up Del Rio once again, and she gets that one straight through as that one hits our table. But I don't care. Solano gets the point, and we are tied once again.
Doesn't seem to be an expensive table, so it's all good, Nathan.
As our cameraman Patrick gets the shot on us. Good block there from Solano as they set up Rosalind Hungria, and she gets that one in off of Yamamoto. 20-19 Solano as we get closer and closer to set point. Would not be surprised if this one goes past 25 points. These two teams have not shown a lot of separation here in this second set. That one goes in off the block. It looked like that was off of Miley Moley.
I believe that was Bullock on Folsom's end that is going to be awarded with the kill, tying up this game at 20-20.
Taylor Coate back to serve. Definitely seen so far that she is one of the better servers for this Folsom Lake Falcons team. So that's a little tip shot there from Molly. That was just one vicious spike there. It looked like that one might have hit one of the Solano girls in the face as they were trying to dig that one out.
Yeah, that was Julian Kennison for Folsom's end. Getting their lead 21-20 now.
Solano is going to have to settle for a free ball here as Folsom will get a free chance, but they are unable to get that one at all. A little miscommunication there from Folsom. And Solano lucks out as they get the point and they get the ball back as we come closer to the 25-point mark. They set up once again. And looks like that was one too many hits there from Solano, so it is point for Folsom. That was a great kill there by Rosalind Hongria. We are tied up at 22. Not sure who's making all that noise with the with the bleachers. It's definitely one of the biggest crowds we've seen here on the season for Solano. And it's appropriately enough in one of their biggest games of the season, as that one hits in off the block. A point for Folsom.
And you really have to start wondering who's going to be the aggressor here, as the score is 23-22, and as you're mentioning, approaching the 25-point mark here in the second set.
As Kedison is back to serve, they set up McLaughlin. Her tip shot is read well by Folsom as they get the point, and we will have set point as Folsom extends the lead to 2. See if they can be the one team this set to get a 3-point lead. Now, Richard, what would you say is the key for Solano to get these points back and extend the set?
I think that they just have to communicate more and then clean up their passes. I've seen like a couple passes a little like off, and they're not able to run their plays, making them send over free balls, making it easier for Folsom to just run their plays.
And Nate, what stood out to you from Folsom as they've been able to rattle off a few points in a row here?
Well, again, these last few moments, Folsom's just really being aggressive. As the lead is currently 24-22, it'll be very interesting to see how Solano comes out of this timeout and how Folsom plays this as they get ready to serve.
Yeah, this is definitely a pivotal moment here, as a 2-set-0 lead would be very difficult for Solano to come back from. But if they're able to get this set win, it is all tied up, and then it would just be a 3-set game. So McLaughlin's spike is corralled, but Folsom gets, or excuse me, Solano sends it back over for a free ball, but Folsom is unable to corral it once again. That is another mishap on a free ball for Folsom that they were unable to capitalize on.
And great positioning by Alora. She was in the right place.
Kayla Samonton is back to serve. Still set point for Folsom, and that serve goes just barely too long. Folsom wins this second set, 25-23. We will be right back with the third set after these short messages.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting,
whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
it's more than just sports, it's an education.
Hi, my name is Eric Visser. I'm in my 5th year as the athletic director of Solano College. To experience community college and its mission has been an outstanding experience. Solano College has a very rich tradition in intercollegiate athletics dating back to 1947. I'm very proud to communicate that that rich tradition is still being continued with fine young men and women that represent Solano College on and off the court. In the fall we have the volleyball program. We have a very successful women's soccer program. We have both men's and women's basketball. And then we transition to 4 programs: baseball, of softball, men's women's tennis, and men's and women's swimming. It is our mission to excel our programs and our student athletes in academics. All of our student athletes are committed to give back to the community. And we would invite you to be a part of Solano College Athletics by visiting our website www.solanoathletics.com, and you feel a warm welcome at Solano.
Welcome back as we get ready for set number 3. I'd like to remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by James Thomas Media, your one stop for all your media needs. And if you would like to find more of our content, you can search us up on YouTube under our professor's name, Greg Poff. That's GREGPOFF. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at SCSN Sports, and also on Fairfield Cable Access Channel 28. Nathan Farmer here with Richard Keelotten and Nate McKay as we get ready for set number 3 after a very hotly contested second set that Folsom Lake was just barely able to edge out Solano in. Now, Richard, what would you say is the key for Solano trying to get back into this game?
Starting off with a good pass and then staying aggressive with their serves. It looks like Folsom's been doing great at passing and making it easier to run their offense.
Yeah, we've seen even when they're caught off balance, they're still able to get the ball back over, even if it's just a free ball for Solano. Kayla Simonten is back to serve, and she makes up for her server's error late in that second set and gets that service ace. Gives Solano an early 2-0 lead. As Lindsay McLaughlin stuffs that one at the net, but Folsom is unable to recover. It is an early 3-0 lead for Solano. It seems like even though they're down 2-0, they have not lost any energy. They can tell that they can hang with this tough Folsom team, and they know that they still have a chance here.
And the strong start is so far being a beneficiary factor. We see another great block on Solano's end.
That was a great block, just unable to get that one in. But still, nonetheless, a great block. It's a 3-1 lead for Solano as Yamamoto is back to serve. Haley Del Rio sends that one over. The tip shot is corralled by Solano. Another great block at the net by McLaughlin and Hongria. Looks like a little bit of a miss hit there on the second hit from Del Rio. As that one just goes out. That is another point here for Solano.
That was a great read by Excel, but not going for that.
Yeah, I would have gone for that one. That sure looked like it was going in from here. Rosalind Hungry is back to serve here for Solano. Solano blocks that one once again, but they're unable to keep it in play. That's another point for Folsom. As Kennedy Crawford is serving here for Folsom. They send it over for Del Rio, and that one just trickles over off the block and the net. Another point for Solano as they get their lead back up to 3, a 5-2 lead here in this third set. McLaughlin serving now for Solano. That one's tipped off the block, sent straight back over to Folsom. There's a great dig there by Kayla Samontan. She gets that one all the way over, and her teammates love it. And there's definitely a spark here for Solano.
Well, she's living up to her claim of being the better sister at volleyball.
That is another point there for Solano. It looked like Anaya Rodriguez sent that tip shot straight back from where it came. Timeout Folsom Lake as Solano opens up this third set with a 7-2 start. Seems like Solano has been just firing on all cylinders here. Seemed like they were getting things going in that second set, a little bit better than the first set. It seems like each set they're just getting a little bit better. Maybe they're just going to keep getting better and maybe win these last 3 sets.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, and that's really caught Folsom off guard here in this third set. Really weren't expecting this hot start from the Solano team.
It almost seemed like Folsom was expecting Solano to just kind of roll over, but even just from watching all these games that we've covered, you know that Solano always has some fight in them. Even if they're winning by a bunch or losing by a bunch, they're still going to have some fight in them.
And Richard, how important is it for Solano's end, already having a 7-2 lead, to keep their foot on the pedal?
It's really important just because they're also down 2 sets, so they need to win this set to extend the game.
That was a great block there by Haley Del Rio. That tip shot was unable to get over her. It is now an 8-2 lead. As Solano's bench is fired up. As McLaughlin's short serve is sent back over. They set up Anaya Rodriguez. She gets that hit in, and it is another point for Solano. 9-2. It's starting to look like one of those games we've seen all season where Solano's kind of picking on lesser competition, but we know this Folsom Lake team is very good. They just haven't been responding.
And great job to Lindsay for keeping up the tough serves, keeping Folsom out of system.
As that one is sent long, that is another point for Solano. 10-2. This is a brand new ball game. Still 2 sets lead for Folsom, but they have a long way to go to get back into this third set. As McLaughlin keeps up those tough serves, she gets the dig there. As they set up Del Rio. That one's off the block, and that one is out. Another point for Solano. Good read from Solano. As now the crowd is getting into it as well.
Yeah, they're loving the effort they're seeing from the Solano side.
You don't see this too often, but if you check on Folsom's side, their libero is subbed out.
A good dig there by Kayla. As they set up Anaya Rodriguez once again. It looks like Folsom will be able to get that one over, but they sent it over as a free ball. Tip shot from Rodriguez gets over, and Folsom is unable to send it back over once again. 10-point lead here for Solano. This is definitely much different from these first two sets. Not much was separating these two teams through the first two sets. Unfortunately, a service error there from Lindsay McLaughlin. She is upset with herself, but still very excited that her team has a 9-point lead here in this third set.
And it's important now Solano stays focused, as Folsom has a very big opportunity to cut into this deficit.
Looks like that will be another free ball over for Solano as they set up Anaya Rodriguez, and looked like that one couldn't quite see from here. Did you guys see what happened there?
I believe the outside hitter on Folsom was able to block Anaya.
And that was Tennyson on the block for Folsom's end.
So that was Caitlin Dillon serving for Folsom. As that one goes wide left, and that is out for another point for Solano. 13-4 here in this third set. Alora Samontan back to serve. That was a great block there by Kyle Gasaloga. Folsom was not expecting that one to come straight back down at them. As Nyla Foley with the spike off the free ball. 15-4. This does not seem like the same Folsom team.
And we're seeing a lot of great chemistry from Solano's end here in this third set.
Yep, Solano's been doing great at keeping their serves aggressive, making it harder for Folsom to run their offense.
As that one is unable to be corralled there by Gasaloga, but still a 10-point lead for Solano here in this third set. Taylor Coe back to serve again here for the Falcons. A good dig there by Moreno on that tough serve. As Gasaloga sends the tip over. As Aurora Samontan was unable to get that one with a great diving effort, but just unable to get that one.
I think that was Jessica Baker on Folsom's end who was able to get a good bump at getting over the net that time for Folsom Lake.
Solano is unable to get that one over. Just a tough bounce off that first hit by Del Rio, and Solano was unable to get that one remotely close to going over the net. They set up Del Rio again, but a miscommunication there on that first hit from Cote, and that led to another point for Solano. Del Rio serves for Solano. That vicious spike catches Samontan straight in the face. A little bit like Scott Sterling. You guys seen Scott Sterling does? Oh, never mind, man. I'm sure some of our viewers have seen the Scott Sterling soccer and volleyball videos. They are pure comedy gold. As Solano is unable to get that one back over, and Folsom is showing a little bit of life here. Even though they're up 2-0, it seemed like Solano was in the driver's seat for these first few points here.
And it's very important Solano keeps fighting. even with the 7-point lead. Make that 6 now.
It looks like that's going to be a timeout for Solano. Now, Richard, it seems like Solano's been out of sorts here so far. What stood out to you?
So it looks like Solano has to work on a little communication. I've seen Alora and Excel go for a ball, and it looks like it dropped. Also, just cleaning up their passing, hasn't been on target, making it harder for Alora to run their offense. But Folsom, on the other hand, has been executing really well. Their serving has been aggressive. So if they keep this up, looks like Solano will have a hard time.
Yeah, Nate, what stood out to you from Folsom in these last few moments as they've gotten back into this third set?
Well, it seems like they've woken up finally here in this third set, and now being down 6, making it 16-10. It's important for them to try to stay focused as much as possible, because as of right now here in this third set, Solano has the advantage.
As you said, 16-10 lead here for Solano. But it definitely seems a lot closer. It kind of seems like the first set where Folsom jumped out to a fairly big lead, and then Solano was able to answer. They set up Hungria, and she gets that one in through the block. Solano answers out of the timeout with a point, and they get back on the service. So it'll be Excel Moreno serving for Solano with a 7-point lead. There'll be a free ball over for Folsom, but still a little bit of miscommunication led to a McLaughlin block, but Del Rio was unable to keep that one in. It is now a 6-point lead once again. That's Kennison back to serve. Gasaloga gets the spike over, but Hungria with the finish as that ball came straight back over.
And Hungary is doing a good job stepping up for Solano when they need her.
It's now 18-11 as Kayla Samontan subs in and steps up to the service line. That one goes out. It seems like Solano has not been able to keep that consistent service game that they were having earlier in this set. That will be Marley Prevette back to serve. I think that's the first time we've seen her back to serve for Folsom. That's a free ball over for Folsom, and they make Solano pay. It looks like that was Caitlin Dillon there on the kill. It is now a 5-point lead for Solano.
Now Folsom's starting to cut into this lead, and that's something Solano has to be ready for.
They set up McLaughlin. That one is coming back over, but Folsom is able to respond, but that one goes out. Solano extends their lead back up to 6. It'll be Rosalind Hungria back to serve for the Falcons.
Just unfortunate that time on a service error from Rossman, now making the lead 19-14. Still in favor of Solano.
Kennedy Crawford serving again for Folsom Lake. As they set up McLaughlin, but her tip shot is blocked at the net. That one, it looked like that, they're gonna say that one was tipped off the block. That will be a point for Folsom as they cut the lead back down to 4. This is the smallest lead that Solano has had since very early in this third set. That was a great dig there by Hungria. Folsom sets this one up as they send it over on the second hit. As Kayla dove for that one, but it might have been going out. It looked like her teammate was yelling that one was going out, but she still dove for it. It is now a 3-point game. Solano still on top, but it is anybody's ball game right now. Del Rio's tip shot is blocked at the net, but they set up Del Rio once again. Her tip shot gets over. Folsom is able to recover and send it over as a free ball, but Solano is still on the attack as McLaughlin's hit goes wide right. It is now a 2-point game. Folsom is cutting into this lead. Timeout, Solano. They definitely have a lot to talk over. It just seems like everything that was going right early in this set is now going wrong for Solano. All the things that they were doing great earlier in this set, they're just not executing.
And Richard, do you think fatigue is starting to play a factor on Solano's end right now?
It could be, yeah. Honestly, it's late in the third set. Their 6 rotation players could be taking a toll on them just because they don't have anyone to sub in for them. But I just feel like Solano just has to stay aggressive. I see a lot of tip shots that are being covered by Folsom. They're just easily picking them up.
And this another way that just the level of competition that Solano's been facing in Bay Valley Conference play just hasn't prepared them very well for these types of games where it's a grind them out type of game where they is an unfortunate error there from Solano, just a wrong place, wrong time type of deal there for Hungary, as that one went straight into her face off of Moreno's dig on the serve.
And we've seen that Solano 10-point lead disappear fast. Now it's down to 1.
The great recovery there from Solano. Great hit from McLaughlin to still manage to get Folsom off balance there, even on that free ball. And now McLaughlin is back to serve. Once again, it was her services that led to that 10-point lead for Solano. But Folsom gets that one in. It is now a 1-point game.
A big kill right there from Caitlin Dillon. We've seen that a lot from her tonight.
Caitlin Dillon back to serve. They set up Anaya Rodriguez on the right side, but her hit is unable to land in. And Moreno is unable to get that dig out. It is now tied at 20. It seems like all the momentum is back in Folsom's favor.
Yeah, it's really shifted here in these late moments in the third set.
Looked like Haley Del Rio was unable to get that one over. Folsom has their first lead here of this third set.
And Folsom's really starting to capitalize on these miscommunications from Solano here in this late third set. Something that has to really start to change if the Solano Falcons want to start and try to win this third one.
And just like that, Haley Del Rio gets that one in. Not much Folsom could do about that one.
Wouldn't be surprised if it starts to go back and forth here, Nathan.
Oh yeah, just like that second set, it was down to the wire up until the last few points. There's Laura Samontan back to serve. As they set up Kennison once again, but Samontan is able to dig that one out. Del Rio's tip shot barely gets over, and Solano is unable to get that one. As Folsom takes the lead right back, 22-21. Folsom just needs 3 more points to finish this one off. Taylor Coate on to serve. As that is a double hit there on the set. Is now 23-21. Kayla Smontan comes in for Alora Smontan. Coates still back to serve. Smontan sets up Hongria. Her free ball over still gets Folsom off balance. Good dig there by Moreno as they set up Del Rio. And she gets the point regardless. I'm not sure what. They blew the whistle. They blew the play dead before Folsom had a chance to go after that one. Del Rio is back to serve again. Her serve goes short, but Folsom is able to recover, and Kennison gets the kill once again. She is having a great game here for the Folsom Lake Falcons. It looks like Caitlin Bullock will be back to serve, trying to get this last point here for Folsom Lake, as this is now match point. They set up Hongria. Folsom able to corral it. As that tip shot lands in, and Folsom Lake escapes with this victory. They sweep this one, but definitely was a lot tighter than the score would indicate. Now, Nate, what did you see from Folsom that stood out to you as they got the victory here tonight?
Well, I mean, it's easy to see why they're top 5 in the state of California. Just an all-around great effort. They definitely gave Solano a tough outing, definitely the toughest opponent they've had this season. We already knew that coming into this game. And they just never let their foot off the gas pedal, even when they were down by 10. They were able to come back heroically and take this win.
And now, Richard, what would you say Solano needs to get right as they look forward to their final game of the regular season and as they go forward into the playoffs?
Just cleaning up their serve and pass and just staying aggressive. Even if they're down, just keep going, keep fighting, and don't give up.
Well, that is going to do it here for the broadcast here tonight. I am Nathan Farmer. For my broadcast partners, Richard Keelotten and Nate McKay. We will see you next time as Solano gets defeated 3-0.